Yeah.
So an hour and a half is.
We're not Joe Rogan. People don't want to hear us for 3 hours.
Yeah. So I want to introduce my next guest. As a matter of fact, this is kind of interesting because it's the first time I've ever had 3 people on the show. We set this room up just so we could get 3 people. And I'm excited because Greg Owen and I have talked about doing this for years. And yeah, we'll get right into it. It's one of my best friends. We met, I think, in 2018.
Something like that.
Yeah. He's a bartender. He's a mixologist. He's a professional in his craft. But that's not necessarily why we became friends. I mean, most of my friends are bartenders. But I'll never forget the first Jeep I ever test drove I brought to you.
You did?
Because I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing getting into Jeeps. And I didn't have a clue. But I think you kind of inspired me.
I don't know if I inspired you, but I do remember you come walking in with your little bomber jacket in the goat, and I was like, "Who is this dude with his hair? Your hair's looking so good, slicked back, but that little bomber coat. You almost look like you were getting ready for a movie. Like you just walked in with a little bit of charisma, like you kind of you knew what you're talking about, and then we got right into talking, and then next thing you know." You asked me if that was my Jeep out there, and you said, man, I've been eyeballing this Jeep, and I think it's calling my name. Mm-hmm. You know how Nate does it. I mean, he's got inspiration everywhere he looks. And then he's like, I'm going to bring it by if you look at it. And, yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting at work. I got on, I don't know, some internet thing, and this orange Jeep just was calling my name. And I drove past it, and I'm like, I'm going to go test drive it. I called him, showed up. I'll never forget because we're looking at it, and JoJo walked outside and made fun of the taillights because he's like, I got the same taillights. And I thought, what a dick. Come to find out, one of the sweetest human beings ever. Ended up becoming one of my best friends as well. But, yeah, what a great community. People ask me if I'm in a Jeep club. I'm like, no, I'm like a family. Like, these are my family members.
So this was before the infamous green Jeep that is well known?
No, he had the green Jeep.
He had that already.
And we were...
Because that thing's known through Middle Tennessee, and I'm sure beyond.
Well, I was telling him about this trip that I wanted to do. I was like, I want to go out west. And he's like, me too. But he's like, I'm about to do this. You'd already done it the year before.
Yeah, the Red Clay Rally. Yep.
He had invited me to go on that. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And that's kind of the very beginning. And that's probably a good place to start.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great place to start. Yeah, that's pretty much how kind of solidified our friendship. I honestly didn't know if you were coming or not. Mm-hmm. We had just brought it up in conversation across the bar a couple times.
You'd told me to be at a Cracker Barrel. Mm-hmm. Everybody was meeting there. And so the Red Clay Rally is like this, what would you say, 400 or 500 mile. It's not technically a race, but although it feels like a race. You got to be at these time checks at a certain point. If you're a minute early, it's a point against you. If you're a minute late, it's a point against you. I had no idea what I was getting into, but I show up with my whole family. And there's like 10, 12 people there that I'd never met before in my life. And they're all like, who the hell's this guy?
Yeah, we're tight. We're a tight group.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like, military.
Yeah.
And they didn't know you're coming. I didn't say anything. And they looked at me like, dude, what's going on with this dude, man?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Just trust me. You'll be fine.
I was literally the only one that brought my kids. And it was crazy. But, dude, we hit it off first day. Mm-hmm. First day. And we've never changed. We've been going ever since. You guys welcomed me into this family, and that's what it is. It's not a club. It's literally a family of people that want to go out and have a good time. We don't do as much as we used to.
Man, no, I wish we could.
Yeah.
And what a great way to meet somebody, right? Throw them into this crazy adventure. Mm-hmm. No idea what's going to happen. I mean, there's a couple times you thought about quitting just because your son got hurt at one point in time, and
it rained, so I had this. I didn't know what the hell I was getting into. So Carlos, I apologize because there's a lot to tell here, but I had this like contraption. I'd never done one of these before, and I had this contraption it was a big tarp that was going to like come off the back of my Jeep. I was going to have 2 cots for my kids to sleep in. It was perfect. First night, thunderstorm comes, they get drowned. So, anyways, my kid jumped off the Jeep. This pole almost impelled him. That's where Casey had to help him out. And I thought, what have I gotten into? I think I've screwed up. I think I'm in over my head. And
Can you
walked
paint a
over.
little more of a picture though? Like,
So
are
we're up
you
on
guys
top of
like
this
this
mountain.
isn't you guys on paved roads? Obviously.
No, it's
You guys are
all
adventuring.
off roads. You do some back roads to get from one trail to the next, and you're doing these pretty difficult trails, and you got these points that you got to hit, and they don't really.
Yeah. The cool thing is you have a destination as your start or your starting position. From that point forward, you have no idea where you're going. So you'll get GPS coordinates. You get 3 a day or 4 a day.
Yep.
And the object is to get as close to the trail master's time that he arrived there as possible. So sometimes we ended up on the cliffside camping one night. Next time we're down in the ravine on Danube byway doing some crazy stuff out there. It's just,
Multiple
you just don't know where
states.
you're going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Multiple states.
Okay.
So we're on top of this mountain. I sleep in the front seat of the Jeep. My whole family's in the back of a Jeep, if you could imagine. 3 people in the back of the Jeep. And I don't sleep at all. I wake up the next morning and I realize I am not prepared for this. I need to go to a Walmart. I think I needed sleeping bags.
Yeah.
It was colder than I expected, and I just realized my family was miserable, and I was like, these people, I can't expect them to wait on me, so I'm thinking I probably need to drop out. So I come over to you, and I think you were cooking breakfast, and I just kind of told you what was going on, and you're like, dude, we'll wait on you. I'm like, no shit. So we took off, and I was like, I'll find you on the radio. And I was trying to hurry up. I get a ticket, a speeding ticket, trying to like be where they're going to be, like estimating, because you're doing everything on maps. And I was trying to like be where they would be, and we did. I slipped right in. I was a couple minutes early, slipped right into formation, and away we went. And I was like, okay, we're good. I just knew my kids were dying. I didn't have the right equipment. And I'm always prepared, but
Yeah, well,
grief,
we
this
didn't
is
really talk much about
different kind of camping.
Yeah, it was totally
I didn't
different.
really know what I was getting into.
And the funny thing about that particular campground,
I have this beautiful photo of it.
oh, it's beautiful. We're always the last ones to get to camp, so we're in a convoy of 70, maybe 80 vehicles at this point, and we're rolling in super late because we're like the life of the party. We stop all the cars going by. We have a toast with them. But that morning, so I brought out my little portable shower unit. My wife has to have her shower. I'm cool with the baby wipe technique, but so I take my little shower. Why not? It's there. I might as well use it. And man, as soon as I get done, I had gone to the woods earlier to do the old, deuce. And my little dog decided he was going to roll in my shit.
Oh God!
And he was covered in my shit.
told us.
Yes.
Did you keep it a secret?
Oh no, the crew knew. A couple of people from the crew knew. So I had to bathe this dog with this, a gallon of water thing, and I'm rubbing my shit off of his fur, and he's shaking, it's getting all over. I'm like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever done. It was pretty gross.
Have you ever seen Stars when you laugh a little too
Yeah.
hard? I think I almost seen Stars right there trying to hold it in.
Jade and Derek are like, what is going on? I was like, you don't even want to know what's happening back here.
That
Wow.
is the craziest.
Yeah, I
can't
never
believe
told
I
you
didn't
that
know.
story.
Well, God, look, there was no time. It was go,
Yeah.
go. Drink alcohol. Wake up, go. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. It solidified my identity in. I don't really care much about the Jeep, but the Jeeps are so versatile and they can really duplicate your personality, very much like the Harley. You can customize them in a way that you can just make it yours. And you guys accepted me. I loved y'all, and we've been friends ever since. I mean, I can't tell you the countless. It's the closest thing to a family that I've ever had, and God, I've cherished it ever since. I love everyone in the group.
Yeah, we got to. It's hard to have friends that's been friends as long as we have, 20 years now. A lot of us, and we still want to spend as much time together as we can. We vacation together as much as we possibly can. It is something special for sure.
Yeah. Well, that'll take us into. There's a million things I want to talk about, and I guess we'll get back to it. But we just got back from Puerto Rico. We celebrated our birthday together in Puerto Rico, and so Carlos and I were talking about the 3 of us going back.
Oh, that'd be
100%.
That'd be fun.
Now I'm sure your wife's going to come,
Oh, yeah.
obviously. So it's not just going to be us 3, but wow, what a trip that would be.
And I got that little bit of a heads up because I got to bump into him at ML Rose, and that was the night before we recorded. So I got to hear a little bit about Greg's experience and
Oh, beautiful.
and then
Loved it.
come back and hear the other side with you. But honestly, man, how great would it be adding this second trip? And
Honestly, we're going to be looking for a place to live and a bar to open.
Yeah, we got a whole.
We've already looked into it.
Like,
Like, you can get all kinds of assistance if you like rebuild, or if you start out in areas that is not just tourists, but more local. And I'm like, that's us. We would love to be local, but we dream a lot. Everywhere we go, we dream
Pretty
about.
much, yeah.
We're shopping for houses and timeshare everywhere. Every time we go somewhere, we imagine ourselves living there, and that's fun. We're dreamers.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that though? I mean, do people not do that? I feel like that's what everybody does when they go on vacation.
That's the way we are.
I think there's a big difference there. There's a lot of people that wish they're like, I'm going to retire here someday. You guys actually make plans, but the thing with you two being the creatives that you are, and you've built a lot for yourself and other people too, just in restaurants, bars. You are Captain Creative. There's so many people that envy that because there's no follow through. It's the I wish.
Yeah.
You two, I can say, are much more doers
Yeah. Well,
than just dreamers.
We're there for each other. And I'll tell one quick story that'll go into another story. So I had put this switch. So my last Jeep was an automatic, and I didn't build it. I bought it that way. I added a few accessories, but the traction control would drive me crazy. It would retard the engine. So I was like, I did some reading, and I found this purple wire underneath the console. I'm like, if I cut this wire, it kills all ABS. It kills everything. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do. So I put this toggle switch in that I could disable all the interlocks for ABS and traction control. And so it was great. I could do donuts again. And I pull into the gravel parking lot that had a fresh layer of crush and run, which I've done a million donuts in that Jeep. It had stiffer suspension, so it wasn't that top heavy until that night. And I'm out there just ripping. I got it on video too of the Jeep going, and I roll this thing 1.5 times, total it. And I won't tell the rest of that story, but I get it home, I tell the group, and Greg shows up. I'm like, actually, I take the back. I'm like, I have to go find another Jeep. First thing, within the week, I found this other Jeep. Now, it was a couple weeks because I was going to try to salvage that one. Mm-hmm. Called my insurance company, and they're like, no, we're not going to pay for any of the drivetrain because it was all built. It had gears and everything. So I was like, well, I'll just strip it and swap the parts. And Greg's like, let's do it. So he shows up at night in the rain, and we literally pulled the front, rear axles out, like the entire a drivetrain we pulled out in one night and had it up on jack stands. I lived in Indian Hills, a really nice neighborhood, and I had 2 Jeeps in my driveway on jack stands, and the whole crew showed up the next day, and we built that entire Jeep, like dash, radio, cluster. There wasn't the seats. I literally swapped everything.
We did, yeah.
There wasn't a part left over. The engine and the body was about the only thing that I didn't swap. Yeah, and I'm still driving that Jeep to this day. And, man, just showed up in the rain, and I thought, I don't know if we can do this fast. I'm a really good mechanic, but I had never been into gears and stuff like that. And we did it. It was kind of a crazy thing, and Adam McCook cooked chili, and we had 8, 10, 12 people in the driveway just turning wrenches, and within a day or two,
tents everywhere because it was raining and nasty. It was.
See, that's
right
a tribe. We were talking about tribes last week. That's a tribe.
And so, yeah, they always showed up for me, and I'm always there for them. Greg had this idea about, and I'll let you talk more about it because I think this is important. G-O, Greg Owen, GoBar Adventures. And I remember when you told me the idea, and I'm like, I love it. And I used to make videos for a living, and I literally started my Instagram and Facebook back up for this guy right here. I was like, I'll come back, and I'll support you. And, we made our first video, the Ravens Point Smash. So, yeah, you want to talk more about GoBar Adventures and what that is, how it got started?
Sure, yeah. So, I had this idea that we've talked so many times about building some kind of channel together, do something together, and what could we do that would be fun, get us out of the house and force us to do something. Because we became stagnant once COVID hit and we were always able to do stuff together. It was like,
we thrived.
It seemed like time just went 3 times as fast once people got back to their normal way of living. And I don't know what happened, but I feel like everybody talks that way that I speak with. Like, something happen? Is the time changed? did we just get so slow that we just got used to that? I don't know what happened, but now we like have to make a date to do something, or it just does not have, like with this, right? I mean, we've been trying to do this for years and finally had to nail a date in. But yeah, anyhow, so the idea was to create like a series where we would go have an adventure for the day. So my little guys were called my GoBar buddies. That was my audience. I'm Greg Owen. So we took the whole audience on an adventure for the day. One day was hiking up to Ravens Point, which is, 1,800 feet, somewhere around there.
Yep.
And I create a cocktail that's inspired.
And by the way, it was like a 10, 11 mile loop just to go make one drink.
Yeah, it was this 12-hour day. This wasn't like a
to make a drink.
You're earning it. You're earning it.
Yeah. So we get up to the peak point, and I try to make a drink that's inspired by the area or something that's relative to the area. So yeah, we did a blackberry smash. So blackberries grow down in that area. Ravens hawk all over that area. So it just made sense to call it the Ravens smash. That was episode 1. That was fun.
And that was just the beginning. The naughty
Boy Scout.
Yeah, we hiked in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
This river, and he forgot ice. Right, you would have like, Greg's really creative. Like, you really are creative. Like, you're a writer. You know, you can draw, and he's really good with his words if he takes the time to sit down, and he'll think up these stories that are associated with a drink. That's why I say he's not a bartender. I mean, you are gifted when it comes to communicating with you're probably the most known bartender in the area. Everybody knows you. There's no question, because you treat your customers amazing. You're very good to them, and you can make them anything they want. But it's not just about that. Like, you have a gift you love to be creative. It's not just about making drinks. You love to add so much more to it. Like, the additives. I'm going to botch it, obviously, but when you make like what would you call those sugary things? Additives.
So there's a variety of different ones, syrups or purees, or I make all
down
kinds
to the
of
bacon. Yeah. Makes his own, like, it's crazy. These drinks are incredible. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but man, talking about, he dressed up like Gandalf once in these little huts.
Yeah.
I mean, we made some crazy videos.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And now, that was a little bit unsustainable. Like, each video was an event. I mean, it was hard.
Yeah, we were trying to, so we were putting out one a week. We were crushing it.
Hard.
But it was like, so, and we don't plan anything besides where I'm going to go and the drink I'm going to make. The rest of us just go as we do. But then it was the matter of the editing part, which was 99.99% you. I really did nothing but sit there and drink while you were doing it.
That hasn't changed with us either.
Yeah. And he was like, I think you're ready now. Well, he's got this.
That's why.
This matrix of a configuration of these, every button means something to him. And I'm like, I'd have to go back to his cheat sheet. That button means this. Go back and hit the button. If I hit the wrong button, I deleted something. I was like, this is going to take me.
So in the last episode or two ago, Carl's like, I want to learn this. And I'm like, editing? So you told this wonderful story.
I volunteered, and he's like, I'm a terrible teacher. And I'm like, but I can't have him do 99.9% of everything too,
Yeah,
so I'm with you on this. He takes on these projects.
But it would be I mean, I'm just telling you, it's taken me years to develop this. So, and knowing how hard it was I don't know how to teach it. It takes some level of obsession. I can't teach it. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. It'll be 3 episodes that we've talked about. I can't teach it, but you can learn it. There's no question.
Yeah, I'll take an online class if I have to at this point.
But it is hard, because the idea was to kind of transition me out and him so it was sustainable. I don't want to, teach a man to fish, right?
Sure.
But I realized it's not fair. I mean, you're talking about a decade's worth of experience, like you trying to teach me how to bartend and the thousands of cocktails that you've. It means it's crazy to even imagine. Yeah, I can make a drink and he can make a video. But that's about it. It ain't going to go much further than, how do you tell a story? You know what I mean? It's really complicated.
Pretty niche on both your ends.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing videos of you guys. How far did you guys go within the country? Because you guys went, did you do anything out of the country? I remember there was like this
Puerto
big
Rico
party. Aside from that,
we should have done a drink out there
with like your bartending.
Should have done a kickback episode.
Where at?
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
So what are you asking about the traveling?
Well, because I remember one where you were sending us videos and it looked like you guys were in a desert somewhere and you had the dopest setup and you had and I remember you went over by him. I waved at you and you were just working away and it looked like a blast, man. But it was like a desert area. We've done that. It looked wild.
I was sharing videos. I don't remember. We've done so much.
Yeah. I mean, we've traveled I mean, from here to
We went to California. Well, okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah, hit some
all
states.
over.
Tell me where you've been. Tell us
how
where you've
many
been.
states did we do in that one trip?
Oh my god, I don't know. Most of them.
So
You got to be a little more descriptive than that.
So the plan was
40 west.
Yeah, we plan on spending a lot of time in Sedona this one summer. Like, when we're going to go up to Moab and play. So we're going to play there for a few weeks.
And I was actually because I went a day ahead of you guys. You guys were y'all stayed in the Panhandle. I was in not Sedona. I was north of Sedona in Flagstaff.
We stayed down in just south of
Canyons.
Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah, the canyons. And I was up in Flagstaff, and there was fires everywhere. And so me and him were on the phone like, dude, I don't know what we're going to be able to do, because we was planning on going to Sedona and then up through Utah, but everything was on fire. You could just see it. It was crazy. But go ahead. And, I walk out of the RV, and the first car I see had California plates, and I said something like, California, is that on fire? Yeah. He's like, let's go. So we did some research.
I was like, dude, we're only like a 24-hour drive. Granted, this is several days of getting there. I was like, we're not that far from the Rubicon Trail. What do you think if we check that one off the bucket list? And so we made it happen, made a plan.
Dropped south through Phoenix, headed west. You tell the story about that. Remember that campground we stayed out in that was probably 20 miles from the Mexican border? We slept outside the gates of hell.
It was so it didn't drop below 110, 115 degrees that
minimum.
evening. It was hot, and my wife, I don't care how many fans I have, I'm in a rooftop tent. I'm not in an RV with AC.
Yeah.
And I've got a big dog. My dog's about 150 pounds or 125 pounds. I'm sorry, that was with us. So we're all sleeping up in this rooftop tent, and my wife's like, "This is unbearable. Can't do it." It didn't bother me. So we snuck in. We broke into the little pool area, and the wife and I slept with our feet in the pool.
Blood circulating.
The cool thing was, though, there was this like 20-foot cactus there in the background, right? That they've had to replace several times because it had fallen over. But this
It's
humongous,
20 feet tall.
It's huge. It's crazy big. This bat kept flying around it. It would dive down into the water, pick up little bugs off the water. We did it all night. I watched it all night.
Yeah.
Not slept. My dog slept. But I was enjoying watching that bat.
And if I would have known they never said anything. Obviously, they could have piled up.
Yeah,
in the
you'd have
RV.
let them in.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, but what a cool experience to say, like,
fun.
we slept with our feet in the pool and a bat, like Batman's hanging out. Like this, that's pretty badass, man.
Fun.
But it's a memory, though. The struggle was incredible.
And I crawled in your RV and listened to you snore all night. What fun with that? That story would have sucked, man.
Well, it wasn't just you two either. I mean, there was more people there. So
yeah.
And then we headed west, and we worked our way up from Southern California all the way up to the hardest trail we've ever done. And it may have broke us. It broke me. We've never done anything, because we did a lot of hard trails along the way. We got to see the amazing Sequatchie National Forest.
Sequoia National Forest.
Sequoia.
Yeah, we did we did Golden Bear. We did the John Bull Trail. There was a section in there that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
That was fun. Great views off the top of that mountain.
We got to the Rubicon, and it was 18 miles, and it took us a day and a half, 2 days to do these 18 very rough miles. I don't even have a photo from it.
No.
Because I lost my phone, and my Jeep, I ground up my phone under rocks. I found it, but it was destroyed, so I don't have a single. So we wasn't connected to the cloud because you're so off grid. So you have some photos, but I've lost everything from it. But God, it was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life.
Thank God there's a ranger there.
Yeah.
The ranger checked us in, and he asked us how much gas we had. I was like, "Oh man, I got like 3/4 of the tank. You had like what, half?" He's like, "It's not enough, boys. You have to get some more gas."
So it was like an hour and a half.
Back
maybe
to
an hour and a
town.
half, 2 hours.
Just to make sure you don't get
just
stuck.
a gas
Yeah.
pump at about $6-7 a gallon. It was outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they know you need it. That's why.
Yeah, he's like, "You need to go get some more gas." Then he's like, "Tennessee tags. I don't see a trailer. Do y'all drive these here?" And we're like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Are you gonna drive them back?" I was like, "We damn better drive them back."
We did. We took 3 Jeeps down that trail.
We sure
And this
did.
dude's thinking, good luck.
Yeah, and his sister-in-law has very little experience. She's not big into but she did great.
She did.
Now, are you guys planning these, or like, are you mapping this out, or are you doing the Nathan flip a coin thing when he travels?
That was like, let's go to California and do the Rubicon. So we just bebopped. We just made our way.
Yeah.
We didn't plan anything.
No, we try to get to a few trails. The John Bull's on our list, right, and the Golden Bear. So then we stayed a couple days up in the mountain there, and then straight on to the Rubicon, which wasn't after the Sequoia. Wish we would have stayed a little longer up there. That made you feel like just a little mini trucks. We got big built Jeeps, and you drive next to a tree. You drive through trees.
Yeah.
We drive through them.
We split up and eventually came back together in Utah. And you was having a wheel, but we had to change a wheel bearing in a park next to a bunch of homeless people, which is no big deal. We've gotten so good at changing wheel bearings. We can change a ring and pinion in 3 hours probably. Hell, I just changed one the other day. It's no big deal. So we've gotten really good at it. Very good. It doesn't matter how bad it is.
So every Jeep has spare everything?
We were pretty
How
good.
does this-
Minus head gaskets. You know,
Yeah.
I let it sit in his driveway for a year. Because I
did.
was too lazy.
Yeah.
Because I blew both head gaskets out in Arizona. But yeah, rebuilt them right in your driveway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we pretty much. I have a wheel bearing in the back of my Jeep, so it'll fit all of our Jeeps, and everybody has one of everything. I have a drive shaft sitting out there, and I was like, you know what? I'll rebuild it, but I'm feeling lazy. I'm gonna order another one. So I got a new drive shaft that'll be here in the morning. I'll put my Jeep for the snowstorm, and then I'll have that spare. You know, because if I had a spare, I wouldn't be going through this. So it's just nice to have extra stuff. You're always breaking something.
Especially when you're doing something like the Rubicon Trail, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
And these are everyday drivers, too. We're doing, like, this trail is undescribable. Like, this, if you saw what actually does the Rubicon Trail, it's like these buggies or these things on 40-inch tires, and there's not a straight piece of metal on them. They're just beat to hell and back. And we're trying to take our time and spotting everywhere because the boulders are as big as this room. You're literally going, and when I say as big as this room, I'm not joking. You'll step up and get up. It's crazy.
one after another. No breaks. And we lost the trail map because your phone broke. We're doing it in the dark. No idea where we're going.
Jeez.
And it was on the 4th of July, which
Yeah.
was super cool. So
Yeah.
there's people partying all over that
Lake
place.
Tahoe, we came out on the 4th of July. Lake Tahoe was insane. I would love to go back because it was so beautiful.
First bear I've ever seen in a while. As soon as
I
we
didn't
pulled
see
back off this big... It looked like a golden bear. It was brown, but with that sun hitting it, it looked like this huge golden bear just ran right across in front of me.
A feel-good story. So the first trip
Majestic.
that I got to go on with them was the Red Clay Rally, the very first trip. And our very last day, I remember our friend Tony, I think on the first or second day, maybe the third day, he came up a hill a little too steep and slammed the front end down and bent his axle and actually broke his track bar. We didn't know it until we got back out on a main road, and he had so much death wobble he couldn't drive. And I remember we had just crossed this river, and we're broke down. We need a welder. It's on like Sunday. We need a welder. So a couple of the girls went up to them. There's no cell phone. Like you need a landline to call anyone. So it's dusky, dark, almost. You know, girls go up. They get a phone call, and they come back with a puppy or a couple puppies, and we're like, what? And these puppies are covered in thousands of ticks. And so we decide to drop out of the race and save these puppies because apparently the next day she was taking them to the vet to have them euthanized. Euthanized, is that the word?
Well, she was going to kill
Killed.
him.
I mean, that's the definition, boys.
She essentially said, hey, if you want the puppies, take them because I can't afford to feed them, and, I'm getting rid of them, basically is what she said. And,
So me and a couple of the guys, we ran over, welded up this part. So late, when we get back, we have pictures of everybody.
we're picking, so we get the girls' tweezers out of their bags because all the girls brought their tweezers. Thank God. And we were all picking ticks
Into
off
the
these
night.
dogs
All
all
night.
night in this person's driveway. And then we went to a dog-friendly hotel, checked in, bathed all the dogs,
So
Then we all kept them.
We kept 5 dogs. We all had one, and we named them. We were on a journey when we crossed a river on the Red Clay Rally. That's the 5 dogs' names.
That's awesome.
Our dog was Journey. She has passed away. River's passed away.
You have 2 girls. Oh,
But these dogs are so inbred.
Yeah.
But they were great dogs. Very, very good dogs. And God, I think those dogs may have bonded us more than anything because how many events did we do because of the dogs after that?
yeah.
It was crazy.
And you gave these dogs one hell of a life that
I did.
Yeah.
they weren't
yeah.
weren't going to have
My dog's
very
Clay.
clearly.
Clay.
His dog's the biggest Clay.
He's
It's
big.
a
Big
great
boy.
dog.
Is he still around?
Oh,
yeah.
Clay still? Is this the 150-pound dog?
The
125.
25,
I stretched him,
125?
but,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
The
big,
males,
yeah, he's
the
big.
males are all good. Yeah, they're
Wow.
good. Yeah, the females had the attitude problems.
Oh,
Figure.
You ever
Don't-
you ever seen it, dog?
no.
Let me show you one picture. I love this picture because it's it really puts into perspective how big this dog
This was
is.
a good recovery on your part because he was going down the female, and I'm gonna bring in a prop for all of these. Every time he says something,
I'm not
I'm
hating
like,
on
hey,
women.
here's
I
the
love
shovel.
women.
Here's the shovel.
I'm not hating on women. I like to tease them. I like to tease everybody.
I mean, yeah.
Holy hell! Oh my God! I mean,
my
Not's
wife
not. She's not a big woman, but
She's
holy
not, but
moly,
it's a boy, it's a
she
boy.
looks tiny.
Oh, you're his wife. Oh,
Yeah. The dog's in Not's
seen
lap.
that?
Dude, this is a
Oh,
monstrous
yeah.
dog.
He is. Yeah.
He's a
Oh
big
my
guy.
gosh!
Such a gentle guy, though. I mean, he's just a good-looking dog.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Clay.
Now, how good of a protector's Clay, or is he? Or,
No, that's the cool thing about him is he's not a barker at the house unless he hears a noise, and then he's got that deep growl. So yeah, it's cool.
Because it's
Yeah,
not like Danny. Danny, if somebody were to break in here, Danny would lick him to death.
She would, but their barks are loud.
I think Clay probably would too once they got in the house. But it's getting in. If you hear it,
Yeah.
you're like, not doing it. Not happening.
Yeah. Well, did that tell the story of how we got to know each other? How'd you guys get to know each
I
other?
mean, that was, I think, the goat.
We all met at a bar.
Was it the goat?
Don't we
Was
love
it
a
not
bar?
Nashville before that?
No, it was definitely the goat.
Was it?
Yeah, definitely the goat. I jumped around Nashville. You went through stages with me of drinking because I had some moments where it was beer, some moments when it was this. There was a drink you guys always made. I'd walk through the door, and he would have it ready for me. An old fashioned of some
Black
sort.
walnut old
The
fashioned.
black walnut old fashioned.
that's a good one.
And he would always remember, and then I'd work my way through some stuff. But always a hell of a bartender. Always remembered. He definitely has the personality that you described. Very cool, calm, collected man, but always welcoming. There's a solid air about you, man. Behind the bar, not behind the bar. There's like a cool confidence there. That's very, I don't know. It's inviting, but you also like you have the Marlboro Man thing going. You got the I could be a biker guy. Like, tell me we can't put him in a modern version of
no.
Harley Davidson and the
talking about
Marlboro
a
Man.
bike.
So he and I have
Many
been talking
times.
about. We've both been talking about getting a bike. He's been talking about it for a while.
Forever.
I've always had a bike, but you want a chopper, bobber, just something more stripped down.
Yeah, man, just an
Cruiser?
old iron head
Yes.
or old shovel head. Just
Shovelheads are dope.
just something.
Boy,
to
I wish you
cruise
could have been
around
here
in,
for the
man.
conversation last week. It was tense.
It was a little tense. Got a little tense.
I got to talking about the 1%ers, and I was thinking, yeah, me and Greg would not fit in. We would be anti 1%ers, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again.
But I think Greg would fit right in with
He
the
would
with,
not be a
with the
1%er.
overall of like I belong to a lot of groups, but I keep my individuality within those groups. I don't absorb it right away. I used to, but that's part of getting older and growing. Where yes, I'm a Harley guy, clearly, but I'm not like that Harley guy. My entire world doesn't revolve around that one thing. Like I'm a culmination of a lot of things. I'm a Freemason. I belong to a lot of stuff, but not one thing defines me. And I think that's very much you. You could be a part of something, but you're still Greg Owen.
we're kind of anti-groups for the most part.
God,
Antisocial
which is
social
good.
club.
No, I mean we're pro-family, but we just kind of do it. But this is why we probably have a good dynamic. You know what I mean? There's chemistry for that reason.
But you're such an anarchist.
Yeah, well, you love harmony in your groups. You love the harmony of associating with these different groups. I really lean towards what would be the word for independence, but
Anarchy.
No. It starts with an S. It'll come to me in a second. It's not solitude. It's called, hold on.
Well, it's not solitude, but Greg, where would you land on this? Where do you see yourself when it comes to belonging, individuality, groups, etc.?
I don't necessarily put myself with any group. I kind of just do my thing, and there's certain people I like to have close in my close circle, just because of the person that they are. And there's been some people that along the days, I don't want to get into that because I don't want to start trash talking certain people.
We can
Maybe
make
one of
fun.
these episodes we will do.
We can make fun. I've been getting better at making
But,
fun of people
No, I mean,
in a positive way.
I don't know. Yeah, I would just put myself as. I just like to be me. Honestly,
See,
the older I get, the more I just want to be me.
Listen,
care
if
what
Greg
anybody
and
else
I
thinks.
rode bikes, we'd be Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
I just said that. I was like, you two could redo the thing. Definitely. Now, who's who though? Who's who?
I don't know. I don't know about all that, but I think we would enjoy it. I think Jeeps and motorcycles are so closely related. Just the freedom that they give you.
Absolutely.
That's really what it's about.
There's
It's about
community.
freedom.
There's solitude. Everybody's got the wave. There's trails. There's adventures with it. They're very closely related.
Yeah, well, the off-road community and the motorcycle community are very, very supportive.
Same type of people.
I checked my radio today. Like we have an ice storm. I'm preparing. I got my chainsaw sharpened. I got plenty of gas. I got everything I need to go save my mother if she needs it. Anyone. I'm ready to show up. I can shoot screws in my tires if it's ice. I'll be fine. And first thing I did, I get in my Jeep and I'm like, radio check. I got to make sure that, because I'm thinking last ice storm I remember was like, the worst one was like 96, 97. And I'm talking about a bad one. Took every tree down, power lines. Most people don't remember it. And I was thinking, I wonder how cell phone towers would do. I saw what happened with Verizon the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, no communication, and nobody has a landline anymore. And I thought, wow, I wonder if these cell phone towers are going to hold up to an inch of ice if that happens. So, got to check my radio. I know he's got one. My kid's got one. Worst case scenario, I'll find you on 16. And, hey, need help? And we can talk from across town for the most part.
Wow, it's got that kind of.
I mean, 40
That kind of
miles on a
power
straight
distance?
line. If there's houses, we probably got
Yeah, we
five,
could
3 to 5.
communicate from your house in Indian Hills to
Yeah.
my place on St. Andrews.
Yeah. They're
Wow.
pretty powerful.
That's pretty
40
solid.
watts.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, I know that
Out in
they've had the
Arizona.
crews out insulating all over Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to a supermarket right now though. You ain't gonna find much. Everybody's
Oh, yeah,
posting
that's-
pictures. People panic, man.
dumb.
They create these problems. But I heard about this storm. I think it was 1994.
93 was a snowstorm.
Wasn't that when it was out for power was out for 8 days or something like that?
remember about the
I keep
power.
hearing all sorts of stories.
I was running around with a VHS camera that big, recording my entire life in my red F-150 it wasn't jacked up, but it was had for the time 33s were kind of big, and I
just
recorded
pictured
my whole life.
the Ninja Turtles, April with that huge, like the original Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And April's running around with this 25-pound camera.
I went and found a bottle of alcohol and poured it in the windshield wiper, and boy, it stunk like hell. But I could at least defrost my shit because I had to go pick up Dan Teague, Chris Hill, and we ran the county. Chased by the cops. I had to hide out at a buddy's house for a week because I was out running the cops, all on video. I don't have the videos anymore because I was too afraid to keep them in my house. I was like 16, 17. I was like, my parents will murder me. So my buddy Dan hit him down in the vent, AC vent. I don't know if he forgot them or lost them, but my childhood is gone. I had a stack of cassette tapes. Not cassettes, but VHS for my whole life.
Is
Crazy
this house
stories.
still in existence?
Yeah, you think I can get in there?
I mean, what are the chances of those suckers still being in there? You never know.
Show up as a cable guy?
I mean, they're worth
Memories.
finding. The statute of limitations, I'm sure, is pretty.
Oh yeah, no, they had positive ID. They knew it was me. That's a crazy story. It'd take too long to tell it right now. But yeah, I used to run a lot. I'm a runner. If I think I can get away, headlights are off and I'm gone. And I flash the bright lights because I don't want to see my tail lights.
Wow.
I was a runner back in the day. Yeah, and I still run on the bike. It's just too easy. But yeah, how do we get in that episode? How do we talk about that? Motorcycle. Went from motorcycles to that. I probably don't need to talk about all my felonies.
Ain't a felony if you ain't get caught.
That's right.
Yeah.
I had a million things we can talk about. Did y'all have anything in particular?
Well, I'm curious. Where's GoBar Adventures now? What's
That's a
the
good
plan? Well, let's get back to.
We've discussed doing something new with it, and so I'll tell you, we put everything. Well, one, I couldn't keep up with the editing, and I really wanted to, but maybe if I shortcutted it on CapCut or something like that, I could do it because I'm pretty good with those little things. But then I decided to help somebody out to build a speakeasy here in town, and that really took a ton of my time, and I was still full time at the Goat. And honestly, didn't have time for that, but we did consider doing an episode and taking some of the adventure out of it, which just to shorten and condense it and just actually making drinks and maybe a little story and something fun. And shooting like 10 episodes at once within a couple hours at the same place, and then we could cut those into episodes so we weren't always out for a day and a half to try to film something. But we've talked about doing it.
Well, the point of GoBar, though, is to be a mobile bar. So he can.
Right.
I've got to go to Panama City with him and do these amazing events.
That was it. I think that was it.
Harleys everywhere. It was a bike week, concerts. I don't know. How much fun was that?
Thunder at the Beach. Yeah.
Thunder at the Beach. Had a blast. And he just bartended. I'm over there bullshitting with people, serving beers. He let me make a few drinks, but I was just there for looks, I was there for eye
Just having a little bit of fun.
I was taking pictures and video and just making friends. It was a blast.
Awesome concerts. Got to go backstage, hang out with everybody. The little 30 oyster guy that was in the back. All the celebrities around this little dude shucking oysters and creating this cool ambiance.
Wow. Yeah, I think long term that's perfect for him. Having a mobile bar set up, hitting events, concerts, whatever. That would be perfect.
Yeah, it's the liquor licensing issues. So it's just there's just a lot of weird gray tape. State to state's different.
Well, that's the plan. If you need somebody to bartend your event, he's your guy.
Yeah.
And he can make it an adventure.
How would they get in touch with you? You can put your phone. I don't know if you can put your cell phone number out there.
Well,
or an email or something we could put on.
We'll put a link in here.
We'll put a link.
I'll throw a link.
We'll link it.
Yeah.
I can do a link.
No, we should. I should have my website up though. So listen, I just turned 50, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this man is 50.
Yeah, I did just turn 50, and
I love that you're trying to dress up because I know you're like past for your 30s at least. You got the mind, heart, spirit, body of a 30-year-old, and so you're trying to appear to be 50 now.
Oh, I know.
He does not look 50, dude.
No, he does not.
Well, listen.
With the,
So my wife looks like she's 20, and if I don't want to walk around looking like I kidnapped a little Asian girl, I gotta look the part. We're crying out loud.
That was part of GoBar Adventures, folks. He kidnapped an Asian woman.
Y'all are the best.
But no, it's been 20 years we've been together. Honestly, it's been.
I'm always the third wheel. I'm the third wheel all the time, and I love it.
You don't feel like that. You are not a third. We don't.
I know, but that's not an insult.
No,
is it?
No,
I'm not shitting on myself,
but
they invite me to all kinds of stuff, and I just love it. We just sit there and bullshit. And oh man, okay. So I've actually talked about you guys on the podcast one night. I didn't mention your names, but I was talking about like healthy arguing. You and Not, and that's her name by the way, Not. She got to choose her name because she's from Laos.
Yeah, I heard that. So
people are going to be confused by that name if they don't already know you.
Real name's Vincom.
Yeah.
That's her legal first name, but yeah.
So Not and Greg, they argue like normal couples. No, not like normal couples. You guys argue better than any couple I've ever met. It's incredible. Like I just sat back and study it, and I think, God, this is healthy. It really is good. It's very calm. He'll be like, no. I mean, she doesn't get pissy. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. And she's not like a submissive woman. Like she's not timid. No, not kind of like rules things. Like she organizes. And
she's super intelligent.
Yes.
I mean, she leads a cancer research department.
Yes. So I don't want her. I don't want people to think that she just does what Greg says. No, stands up to anybody. She kind of runs things. Yeah,
we're honestly. I've tried to. It's 50-50. There's some times where I'm like I have to be the man and say, I want her to feel that I'm there for her, but also that I want to do everything 50-50, but I also want to make sure she feels protected and then that I am the man of the relationship, right? But obviously I value everything she says, and everything's 50-50 with us, honestly. Yeah. Sometimes it's 60-40 her.
Yeah. When I should have introduced you, I would have said loving husband, uncle, but God, just fair and respectful to one another. I really admire you and Not in the way you guys manage your relationships. You guys chose not to have children for whatever reason. Neither one of you have kids, do you?
No. I don't know if we chose to. So that's kind of a long topic, actually.
Yeah.
So in my 20s, I always really wanted to have a family. And then when I got in my 30s, it really didn't matter as much to me. Then when I rolled into 30s into 40s, I was like, And my wife kind of was the same, but then she got that little kick when she was about 39, and she, she wanted to go at her, and, not like we've never not tried, but.
Well, I knew that part of the story. I just, for whatever reason, it worked for you guys, and you have nephews and nieces and stuff. So,
So many,
you're surrounded by an
many.
incredible family.
Yeah.
And you guys, I mean, y'all just make it work. And I'm just so grateful that y'all have accepted me into your family. Literally, Christmas, holidays, birthdays, like, I mean.
That's more Knott's family. I mean, Knott's family is so
Oh, I know.
welcoming.
You're right.
That culture, and it just makes me want to bring people into that and see how beautiful it is and how friendly they are.
They feed us.
Oh, I know. My nephew, Luisito, not with an R, he's married to a Laotian woman as well. And I mean, the food, the love, the big family.
Yeah.
You know, and I've gotten to go to the the Laos New Year. Holy
Incredible.
moly, they party,
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
They party.
bro. I've seen like 80-year-olds with a bottle of Hennessy on a float, just taking it to the head, man.
Yeah,
And they are chilling.
Yeah. There's starting to get a gray area there. People are like, this is still like sacred land. This is at the temple, and you have some people start acting a little bit of a fool out there.
Oh, yeah,
they
they
do
do.
have fun, but
But
I love it.
The
But-
food's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it's like you're walking through a market in Asia. There's hundreds and hundreds of vendors. It's incredible.
I'd heard
is
about it
good.
for years and never went.
How
until
have you never
invited me.
gone?
I have. They
Oh,
invited
okay.
me.
Oh,
and
okay.
We dragged
I was
them out
like,
there one year.
it was like Disney. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. But so what's the secret? What do you think is the secret to this healthy arguing that Nate says you have?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's healthy argument.
It is healthy.
Well, I mean,
healthy
it's not always that way either, Nathan. I mean, yeah, in public, especially in public. But I will tell you, even at the house, if we have an argument, it never gets crazy escalated, right? Like, obviously, there has been those moments, and usually after drinking or whatever, and maybe we've had a few. I mean, maybe not throwing a knife at a wall once or twice in our young days. Maybe I've put my hand through a wall once or twice. So, but no, 99.9% of the time, it's.
I
you
hope
just
I did not
figure
make it
out.
sound like they argue all the time.
No, we don't.
No, not at all. But you made it
No,
sound
we
like it
don't.
was.
No.
I think it's a respect barrier.
No,
There's a
yeah,
boundary
I
there
hope
where
it did not.
some
sound
lines
like,
don't get
no,
crossed.
it's very rare.
know.
It's peace. 99% of the time, it's peace. Even when it's not peace, it's because I don't know. Like, I've never experienced what y'all experience. If my relationship was tense, it never ended well. You guys are like, okay, well, we're done with that.
I can't.
And it's never
yeah.
anything. And I always just admired that aspect of it because I've never got to experience it to their degree. My arguments never ended up as healthy as theirs. And I hope it did not sound like I was saying they argue all the time. It's
No.
not that at all.
No,
It's
people know
amazing.
relationships. You should disagree. I don't think it's healthy if you don't.
Yeah, I just wanted to point it out because it was an example that I look up to it. I think, okay, that's a level of calmness. I'm a little bit more hot-headed, believe it or not.
You? No, not this guy. So, and at 50 years old, let's talk about your fitness. We talked about fitness. You're a pretty fit dude at 50. What do you do?
Pick up heavy things and put them back down.
I'm always changing,
I mean,
honestly. So, I did a ton of fasting before I went on the vacation because I wanted to get my abs ripped again, right? So I went from, say March, April, I was 216 pounds, probably about around 10% body fat. And then my first vacation, we went down to Florida in July. I was down to 180 at about 6%.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I couldn't believe I pulled like 35, 40 pounds off. And that was really, really fasting. So once a month, I would do a 3-day. And then every day I would give myself like a 6-hour window to eat. And that was it. And it was healthy eating.
And then obviously clean eating. Yeah, right.
Clean eating, yeah. If I would have cut the drinking out, I probably would have looked like I don't even know. But now I'm on a super high pro. So I'm trying to stack a little bit of weight back on. Back up to almost 186. I've been taking in about 1 gram to 1.5 grams of protein per body weight the last 2 weeks. So about 200 to 240 grams of protein a day, lean. So egg whites, yogurt, lean ground beef, chicken.
Wolf.
I'm going to talk about something. I had it on my list. I've been like in a slump. Unless something exciting is happening, unless I have a really good challenge, or I have alcohol in my system, I'm kind of blah. I haven't been able to figure out what was wrong with me either. And I realized I have not been taking my testosterone like I was supposed to. And I have learned if you don't take it, and this is, nobody
you
talks
can't just
about
drop
this
off,
enough.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody talks about this enough. Boy, you don't realize how much it affects your attitude. Like, I have the greatest career. The work I do is amazing, and I'm always like, ugh. And I'm thinking, God, is my problem because I'm not on my testosterone like I should be? So I've got an appointment on the 9th to go and get my blood work again and get leveled out. But yeah, I think I would just want to talk about how much it affects you, because you don't realize, like, you think you're just tired. Oh, I'm just having an off day. And my God, because honestly, I quit taking it because I thought I was going to lose my hair. I got nervous because you did.
What's wrong with that, bud?
Nothing's
What's
wrong
with
with
that?
Nothing's wrong with it. But I was thinking, well, something's wrong with it. I like my hair. That's
you do have a
what's
good
wrong.
hairline.
And anyways, I just stopped taking it for a couple different reasons. And boy, I didn't realize how much I think it is what is affecting me. What do y'all think about it? Do y'all know? I know you know about testosterone.
Yeah, so I've never dabbled in any of that stuff until I turned, I think it was 40 years of age.
You inspired me.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, you're 40. You got to do this.
Well, so my wife, every year we'd pick something to do, right? Whether it be like a half marathon or whatever case may be. My wife decided to do a bikini fitness show. I was like, all right, I got you. She gets out, gets the coach, the nutritionist, does all this stuff. And I'm like, I've been an athlete. I don't need any of that. I'm going to get on stage with her. I mean, I look good, but I could not get on stage, right? She got on stage, did awesome. I was like, all right, the next one, I'm going to beat you. So went got me a coach, Clint. I think he's still out there coaching maybe. Super knowledgeable dude. And yeah, so he's like, dude, if you want to really compete, he's like, at your age, he's like, you have to get on some gear. I was like, I don't want to get
What did they call it?
Gear.
It sounds so taboo when you say it that way, but this is completely normal stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, give me the very minimum dose of what you think I would need, because I don't really want to get into that, gray area for me. But man, I'm telling you what, especially now at 50, and I'm not crazy with it, man. I do a half a cc test twice a week, which is really like 250 mgs a week, which is really nothing, but it just
keeps you going.
Man, I'm telling you. And there's been times where I was like, because my wife, she's against it. Just she's seen people who abused it back when she did dialysis, and they have to get blood transfusions because it thickens bloods, and all these other negative side effects. But those are the people who are compounding 4 or 5 different kinds of steroids and taking huge amounts of it.
Yeah, the horror stories we heard as kids.
Yeah, at a young age.
All sorts of
stuff. So,
and I'm on 260 a week.
Oh, really? So,
yeah, I'm on, and I felt the big difference, especially in your 40s, like Greg just said. Like, I'd feel sluggish and lethargic and weak.
Well, this week I found out it. Like, I've never thought of myself as being a depressed person, because I know depression is like dwelling on the past. I don't have that. I deal with my shit. And I was thinking, I kind of think this was what depression would feel like, because for me, it was this. Today, I'm working with the state to bring people that have been incarcerated back into the workplace. I've set up a whole program. Me and my colleagues, we've identified instructors, like literally doing work that's changing people's lives. And it's going to expand across the country. Being in schools, giving kids chances, teaching AI, developing AI. It's like I'm doing everything, and I still thought, I don't know. I don't know if the work I'm doing is really making. Anyways, I was just kind of having this almost pity feeling for myself, like I'm just not, because my motivation is generally attached to the goals that I've associated with myself, because I'm always building towards something. And as a person, I could say specifically for a man and speak for a man, if you don't have a vision and goals to support that vision, I couldn't imagine trying to live. I would probably just check out, if you know what I mean. I would just say, I'm done with this life. There's nothing worth living for, because your motivation is associated with your purpose, your meaning, knowing you're producing value in the world. And I'm doing all of that, and I'm sitting here feeling like, but does it really matter? And I thought, is that depression? And then I see this neuroscientist talking about the side effects of not having your testosterone right, that it will cause depression and all these symptoms. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I haven't been taking my medicine. And that's what it is. It's medicine. So And you don't regenerate it. It's not something you can get on and off of.
No, and you have to stay on it.
That's the
once
unfortunate
you're on it,
side.
which is what scares most people. But you look at people in our age range. I mean, look at how fit this guy looks and how active you are. And I'm always looking for purpose and goals and all that. I found that area lacking where I knew my goals. I knew what I wanted. I didn't have the energy for it. It affected my sleep, everything.
Yeah. I came off it for quite a lengthy, almost a year, just because my wife kept begging me. Not that I take a lot, like I said, but man, she just like, you don't need it, I was like, you out of everybody should know, being a nurse, that
she's
I'm
never
old
researched
now,
it.
right? I'm not producing and I'm telling you what, that was the year that was one of the years I was helping build that Velvet Room, and I was like, there would be days where I would get in my garage and sit on my little bench underneath my little kayak that I hadn't taken to the river in I don't know how long because I just haven't had time, and I just had no energy to do anything. I was like, I'm just going to not go to any job today. Fuck all that. I'm going to grab my fucking kayak and I'm just going to sit on the fucking river by myself and just sit there. But I never did. I didn't even have energy to get the damn kayak off the wall.
The motivation was gone. Well, it's funny
Man.
because my motivation, I started drinking more because it was the only thing that would get me motivated. I literally got a buzz a month ago, and I see this old backpacking video, and I'm like, that's it. Danny, we're going backpacking. I went and packed up everything. I've got everything organized and put my stuff away. And I'm like, okay, we're probably leaving tomorrow. I wake up the next day. I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. But with a buzz, it motivates me to want to leave the house, because without it, I'm just antisocial at this point. I don't really have the desire to go out and mingle. But the alcohol, for me, it ramps me up. That's just what it does for me. It's not the opposite for me. For me, I become a lot of people become social, but it's like
Social lubricant.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but I realize there's something else going on, and so I'm excited about the 9th. I'm going to get my blood work done.
I think that's going to be good. It gets things firing. It's not just a physical thing. It gets things firing in your head, your hormones, all that kind of stuff. And I got to be honest. I mean, I've been in good shape. I wasn't an athlete, but I've done some pretty cool stuff in my life. And in my 40s now, there's a lot of times where I feel stronger than I did back when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm capable of doing a lot of other things. You saw those box jumps I did. I never came near that when I even started CrossFit and stuff like that. And I'm clearing, 40-inch box jumps. Like, there's a confidence in there too that also inspired me to be like, hey, you know what? I can try it. What's the worst that could happen? And yes, I know there's a lot that could happen because there's arthritis and things heal slower. But there was something that said, you know what? You could do it. Give it a shot. Mm-hmm. And I think all of that ties in.
Well, Carlos has gotten me hooked up with a 21-day gym membership. I was telling him, you got me in the gym. Man, Greg spent so much time.
Twice.
And he got me in good. And
not just twice, as in 2 times, like 2 different years.
Yeah. He motivated me.
We got him in the gym back when you lived in
Lothric Way.
Yep. And
he would come all the way to my apartment, and man, we worked out together almost every day, I guess, and it was great. So healthy. Mm-hmm. I hate it. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. I can't stand working out. But the friendship of doing it together and him just working with me and kind of getting me on my own was really good. Mm-hmm. And then we did it again. And then that was really the second time I went. I wanted to get to a point that I could go by myself. And I did for a long time. Because
you made me laugh when we did this with sets, and they're like, we're going to do this 21. It's $21 for 21 days, right? And he looked at me and he goes, so is it like 21 days in a row? Like, do I have to do this for this long? And I was like, man, it's 21 days, dude. Like, anybody can get through 21 days. And he's like, is it consecutive? Or like, can I go 21 times? And I'm like, you are already thinking way too much about this.
Well, I'm in a different phase. I'm doing it for a different reason. And I'm doing it not because of the way I want to look. I've learned that I can manage my size, my shape, just from fasting and my diet. I'm really strict on my diet. Right. I don't cheat a lot. So I've learned it's so easy to regulate your weight with your diet, eating right, or fasting. That's my secret, black coffee. But I realized I'm not as agile. I just feel like I'm breathing harder. Things aren't as easy as they used to be. And I was thinking, God, I sit around in front of a computer. Who wouldn't be? You know what I mean? I'm skinny fat at this point. So I'm ready to get back in and do something that gets my heart rate going, because that was the one thing about going to the gym and just picking up weights. I wasn't getting the, what would you call it? The calisthenics, the cardio.
Cardio part, yeah.
I want
movement
the cardio.
is life, man. I mean, you don't have to get out there and run marathons, but I work in an office all day, so I'll sit at a desk for 8 hours, sometimes forget to have lunch. So I'll go to the gym in the morning, and sometimes I'll go again in the afternoon, just because I've been sitting all day and I want to move.
What do you call
You know
that?
what I mean?
Hard fit stuff? CrossFit.
CrossFit.
So is this like, it says hybrid? Is it a hybrid between
So
CrossFit?
no,
sets is weights.
There's weights, there's CrossFit movements, there's a lot of cardio, so you're going to get a little bit of everything. I mean, full body conditioning. It's a good plug you back in.
I thought that was a silent alarm.
Yeah, well, I was wrong there, wasn't I?
Greg, what about you? Have you ever considered doing something with a little more cardio? Besides us going backpacking?
I mean, my job, man, it's almost.
You think
I'm
you
on
get
my
your-
feet all day, running circles around 18-year-olds, you know, at my workplace. But I used to run.
We all used to
I used to run, man. I mean, I've done
From the
half
cops or on the track,
marathons. I've
I
done.
I don't
I
even
mean,
I
there's.
used to.
I remember. So when I was training for the last time I did a marathon, this is a long time ago, but so I have my little Vibram 5 fingers. I can't probably do those anymore. I'm just. I don't know if my feet.
You
can
talking
handle
about
those.
the toed shoes?
Toe shoes, right? Mm-hmm. So I went out one day. I told my wife, I was like, hey, I'm going to train. I'm going to go hit my 5 or 6 miles today. I'll be back just a little bit, right? Didn't bring my cell phone, no water, nothing. Just started running. So I put in at the dam out in Antioch. What's the name of that dam out in Antioch? Four Corners Marina, right in that area.
The dam in Antioch.
Yeah.
Got me.
Are you talking about like Percy Priest Dam?
Yeah. So that's where I put in, right? So next thing you know, I'm out jogging past Opry Mills Mall and getting into the nature. I just got that runner's high, and I'm like, Forrest Gumping it, right? Whoa. Yeah, so I get out, and like I said, I have no phone, no water, just humping. Get out to the nature center, run past the nature center. Then I realized, like, dude, I've just ran probably 14, 15 miles.
This was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know. And then I had to get back.
Right?
Man.
Yeah, humped it all the way back. I had to stop several times, take my shoes off, knead the knots out of my feet.
You were basically running barefooted.
Yeah, and my wife thought I was dead because left the phone in the Jeep right before I took off on this adventure. I thought I was going to be back in a few hours and it ended up being a whole day. But yeah, that was a long run. But I used to love to run.
Do you run on your tiptoes when you're doing that? Because I can't imagine landing on a bare heel.
I mean, everybody runs different, but there are mechanics.
I mean, I'm not running like
know.
like an elephant, just slapping my whole.
Clopping.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I run like a normal person. I don't know.
Yeah, I know with shoes you got a heel that you can land on, and I just figured you'd almost like run on the balls of your feet with those.
But people run very different. One of my friends, Renee, she's a big runner. I used to do Orange Theory Fitness with her, and she runs on her tippy toes really, really fast. And I mean, this lady does the pistol run. It's 100-mile race overnight. And you were just going and going and going. And she's like twinkle toes in it. That's what I would call her.
Like
and then I have other friends that are like gazelles. Everybody has kind of their own gait, their own mechanics. And there's even classes on how to run. You know, they'll tell you to lift your leg up and your knees a certain way and do all that. I try not to think about it that much. Like
I actually took running in college, if you can believe that. I did. Our instructor was the coach in the Atlanta Olympic Games, and the way his strides were and how you move your hands to cut through the air, like when you're doing your sprints. It was pretty interesting taking that class.
It's full-blown science, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
They take it really serious.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm just trying to like make my high rocks runs, because the cardio is what took me out. I'm doing my second High Rocks in Vegas next month, and it's a little over half a mile between each station. So imagine doing like broad jump burpees and 100 wall balls, and you got to go right into a half-mile run to get to the next station. Like, that's what killed me on the first time. That now it's getting me back into running, but I'm not doing marathons or half marathons.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do those.
I'm not a runner. I'm not a runner. I'm a backpacker. I'll put you on my shoulders and carry you across a mountain, but I am not running from a grizzly bear.
He's a mule.
I am a mule. That's it. I can get in that zone. It's not a runner's high. Maybe it's a backpacker's high. For some reason, I can just walk forever with a bunch of weight and just delirious. And I love it. But the running part, I don't know. It feels like I'm going to die in my chest and my sides and the breathing. I'm like, oh. Everybody knows. Some people just don't run.
Some people don't. And when they try,
I'm not a runner.
Doesn't work out.
I've seen Nathan run a couple times.
I've learned that.
And then too well at one time.
Oh, God, we'll tell that story. Oh, my God. Okay, Jeep ride. We've been on Jeep ride all day, letting my kids drive. I'd been drinking all day long. Mm-hmm. And we get back to the parking lot. I'm in flip-flops, hammered, and talking shit to my kid that's probably 13 at the time. And we're talking about racing. And I'm like, I'd smoke your ass. Because I'm not slow necessarily. I just don't like to run a long distance. And we take off, and I feel like I made it 50 feet. It's probably more like 5. And I tripped, and I landed on my elbow, and I felt pop, and I thought, I messed up. I walk back to the Jeep, and I was like, take me home. And so I think I've screwed my shoulder up. I think I've torn like a ligament or something. I didn't know what it was. I figured it'll heal. They always do, because I've messed my shoulders up so many times. And I go to work for days, and I'm like looking up these videos on like how to fix this labrum or whatever I have, torn rotator cuff. I'm not sure what it is, but I knew I had something. So I'm trying to do all these exercises. And finally, after a week, I thought, this is not getting any better. So I go to the doctor. They do x-ray. Oh, no. Before the x-rays, he goes, how high can you raise your arm? I'm like, I mean, as long as my elbow's close, I can kind of get it up. He's like, no, let's just see what you can do. You challenge me, bitch. And I'm like shaking to get my hand above my head. And I drop it back down, and I thought I almost passed out. And so they do an MRI. Actually, I broke the humerus ball off. So the humerus bone was being like held together with tendons and muscles, and literally were not even connected. It was a 6-month process to heal. So first of all, the bone had to heal. Then they had to go in and do surgery to like tie the labrum or whatever back together. Yeah, 6 months of like this, doing everything left-handed. Yeah.
Moral of the story, running isn't for everyone.
Not drunk running. Matter of fact, I put gears. Me and my kids put new gears for his birthday in his Jeep in my garage, and I had one arm. And like I got my kids in there. Like gears are heavy. If you know what 513 gears are, they're massive. And I mean, he was helping me too, but literally out there with one arm doing
but I had to get to work. Yeah, you and your kids.
Yeah.
Your kids put that
Yeah.
still in there.
Yeah, with one arm.
Next time we're hanging out at our spot, I'm going to wait till you get a little lit and be like, hey, I think I can take you in the parking lot.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Although I get very competitive, especially when I'm drinking. Yeah, and you don't know that you're 49 years old. I'm 49 years old now. So I don't feel 49. But I hear a lot of 40-year-old dudes like, oh, I feel like I'm 30. And I think we just don't, I don't know, why are we younger now? Because it's definitely not diet.
I'm 42. I feel good. I'm not going to say I feel younger.
Yeah, but dude,
I'm stronger in some areas and this and that, but it's a very different. My dad at 42 looked a hell of a lot older than I do.
They were old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were old.
And dudes at 50, I would not look at you guys.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's weird.
That's like I remember being in my 20s going, man, 50, that's like forever away. Like, you're old, And now it's like, but up here and in here, very different age.
Yeah.
And God forbid our humor.
I think it's worry. I think we worry less about real things. Like our parents were struggling to make ends meet. They had real worry. Our worry's up here.
Yeah.
So I think worry is probably accelerates aging. I'm convinced of it.
But I think adventure keeps you young. I mean, all the stuff you guys
because
do.
we have the luxury of going
and
on
we do.
trips.
It is a luxury. It is a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
We're very blessed.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to. Can I shift gears and go one more direction? And I know we got to wrap up.
Go for it.
There's something that's near and dear to my heart that I've been dying to talk about. And I know you and I dabbled on it, and you and I are pretty passionate about it. And I'll just tell a quick story. I go through Dunkin' Donuts recently. I drive through, and I make my order for coffee. I get up there, I pull up, and she's like, do you want to leave a tip? Like, it's like the thing. And I'm like, a tip for what? I couldn't believe it. Like, don't you get paid to do this? Why are you accepting tips? Like, it's like, and you got to like 15%, 20%, 25%. I'm thinking, we're at a drive-through, and you want a tip. And I'm offended by tip culture right now. And I just thought we could comment on it because I don't know if anybody feels the way I feel, but I have got a rule now, and I'm kind of like a sucker too because I like a guilt tipper. You know what I mean? I like, God, I don't want to look like a douche, so I'll tip. But I've determined that if I have to stand and order my food, which I have no problem doing, but if I have to do that and then kind of like take it myself, or if it's, if it's not a bartender or if it's not someone that seats me and brings me my water, I'm determined that I make a point out of saying we shouldn't be tipping.
Well, I say we go to the professional first.
Well, I agree 100%, and I think it's crazy. I was at a gas station a couple of days ago, and they had a tip jar out there. The gas station attendant had a tip jar out there.
Because they probably made biscuits or something.
Yeah, I didn't order a biscuit. I don't eat them damn things. But and I think it's even worse than that. I was at an auto parts store the other day. I just had to get some zip ties for something. He didn't have a tip bucket out, I gave him cash. He acted like it was an inconvenience. I wasn't using the card. Then he asked me if I wanted my money back, and it was like $1 something. I'm like, well, no, we keep it. Yeah, I want my fucking money back, man. Why would I say? Then he huffed and puffed. Yeah. Had to walk 2 registers down because I was the only register that actually carried cash in it anymore. But I'm thinking, what is going on? Why does everybody want a handout? Or I don't get what's going on.
These little POS systems, piece of shit systems, point of sale systems, they've gotten out of hand. And it's not even the employees that I'm pissed off at. It's the owners of these establishments that allow these POS systems. And like, there's some restaurants. I'm not even going to shit on any restaurants. I mean, I can a chain like what was that? I said the donut place. Anyways, places like that they allow a tip option. Like, pay your employees. Yeah. Quit wasting your own money. Well, if you can't afford it, then you need to cut back. Maybe instead of sitting at home, maybe you should come in and run a couple shifts yourself. Like, it is insane to me that you can't pay your employees a wage and you're trying to supplement that wage. They ain't making $2.13 an hour. These aren't waitresses and bartenders.
Right,
I am a big tipper. Tip recklessly when you're getting service. I love to tip just because I want better service. Like, all my friends are bartenders. I will never tip less than 20%. I would almost and I got to be careful, too, because I don't like to over-tip, too, because that can be cringy as well. You know what I mean? So it's like, it just depends on how I feel and the mood that I'm in and how much I've had to drink. But I'm just 100% over anybody. Matter of fact, I've almost made my mind up. I don't even want to shop at a place that requires me to tip when I'm not being served. I got to pick my shit up. I got to dump my own tray out. It's like tipping at Hardee's. Do you know how insane that would sound? That is what I'm comparing it to.
What's worse is that some places don't give the tips to the workers either.
So that's exactly what's happening.
Right. Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. You're 100% right. Because when I first started looking at them, I was like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we tipping? I was like, did you get these tips? No. I'm like, just sell it. Tell me what it costs and I'll pay it. Don't try to get another 20% off of me. It's just pissing me off.
Yeah, I agree. They're all over the place. I've gone to donut shops where, everything's behind the counter. They're getting paid. And I'm like, can I have that one? And they're literally doing this. And I'm like, but I mean, okay, I'm not giving you 20% for that.
Yeah.
You handed it to me I could have grabbed it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like at a restaurant, bartender and experience, I drink mocktails now. That's just as hard as making a regular drink, if not harder, because
you tip on mocktails.
You tip well
on beers.
Yes. If I'm at a bar, I'm tipping at everything because you're providing a service. You're also talking to me.
They're my therapists.
You're doing all this. You guys are big
my best
therapists.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's gotten to this incredibly exaggerated point where like automated machines are asking for do you want to round up? Do you want to do this? Do you want to donate to this?
No.
Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's out of hand. And, this is a sensitive topic for someone in the business, but I would like to speak not necessarily on behalf of you, and you do not have to comment if you don't want to. I just want to say it out loud. I think it's out of hand on both sides of the aisle. So, for instance, behind the bar, there's this, like, we've removed ambition. Ambition is a result of having a goal to achieve, something to compete for. You know what I mean? Now it's like, here's your, what do they call it? The participation trophy. Every waitress and bartender and host is getting a participation trophy by tip pools. And you have people that have dedicated their life to learn this, not only the craft of making drinks, but then to also learn how to communicate with a customer, to to not to seduce them back in, but to make them want to come back. Like this effort that goes into the service industry. Matter of fact, it's one of the only jobs that's going to be left in the next 5 years is going to be the service industry, because AI has taken everyone's job, and we are going to pay for in real life experiences. And it bugs the shit out of me that I see people standing there, and it's not their fault. This management, I would say the management, our leadership has created these opportunities that people just sit back and shrink and then get paid the same. Why would I do more? I'm going to get paid the same, and it's driving me nuts. We're killing people's spirit by giving them something they didn't deserve, because you do know, whether they admit it or not, there is a sense of shame that you have to feel if you're behind this bar or if you're in this restaurant, whatever this is, if it's a service industry and you're getting compensating for work that you did not do based on clients that you did not earn over years of effort. I have a huge problem with that. And in my opinion, we got to get away from it, because honestly, if I was bartending behind a bar, I would say send them all home. I got this all by myself for the most part, unless it's too busy. Anyways, I don't know if that's something you want to comment on since you're in the business, but I have a massive problem with it.
Listen, so I've been doing this my greater share of my whole life, honestly. So I worked in Nashville for many, many, many years, and I would only tit pull with one person, and her name was Mary, and her and I could work it out. She had her customer base. I had my customer base. We shared this little L corner, and there's days where she was off, but I pulled up the weight, right? So back and forth. And we were more like brother and sister. Man, we worked that place great. But I will tell you, so I helped build a place called Club Fuse at the Gaylord Hotel many years ago. That was one of my first real big cocktail menus that I helped curate. And when we opened, it was everybody got their own tips, because that's the way I wanted it. I was a lead bar at the time, and people were getting envious and jealous because of the amount of money I was making. But I was like, I'm ringing $5,000 and you're ringing $500. Why should you make the same as me? It doesn't even make any sense. They're like, well, everybody's standing in your line. We don't have the opportunity. I was like, because I made a name for myself.
Yes.
People know I make a good drink. They will wait 20 minutes for me to make a drink instead of getting some buttery something thrown in a cup that you're going to do over here, right? Well, it got to the point where finally management got so much controversy, they decided to do tip pool based on hours behind the bar. Well, that wasn't my only job. I was managing the Cascades Terrace Lounge, a little rotating bar during the day.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah. I remember that.
So I was running that during the day, and then sometimes I would shoot to Nashville and work, or some nights I was working at Club Fuse. So after I get off my shift there, I'd go to the Fuse. So I wouldn't get up there till 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Somebody had already been there since 4. I'm not going to name the particular person, but... And then we would work till close. Well, this guy had 4 more hours than I did. His sales were 400. Mine were 4,000. He made $800 more than I did that shift because he had 4 more hours, even though I had 1,000 times his production in my shift, but he walked with more money than me.
Yeah.
How is that fair?
This is
right.
This is socialism. I don't
Yeah,
care what
exactly.
you call it.
No, exactly
this
what it
is
is.
socialism.
Yeah.
Receive, and there's a side of it like. So that's what entitlement is, to feel like you deserve something that you did not earn. But entitlement is a condition of people, what would you say? It starts with expectations. Like, you know what I mean? When you start expecting something, and you would only expect it if someone gave it to you, and then you start to get dependent on it, and then you get a sense of entitlement. It works in that order. And that is literally the definition of socialism, to think that you deserve something you didn't earn. And I am over it.
And more. That wasn't even a clean cut. We didn't even get 50-50. He actually got more than I did. So, it's even worse than that.
You're rewarded by doing less.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm over it. I'm so pissed off about it. And I don't know. I don't like it. Now, you have some bars, like I have some bartenders, they would always share because they're killing it. Taylor's always killing it. That's another bartender we'd always go to.
Always.
But she had a good support team around her, and I don't know. I'm just identifying these things that I don't like in the world.
But people don't see this in the business, because then you drive somebody like Greg away, and you think you're not going to feel that in your sales.
Oh yeah,
once
definitely. So
out?
once we did that, I did that for a few weeks. I was like, listen, just schedule me when we have a buyout.
Yep.
Because a buyout, man, it was somebody bought that club out for $50,000, automatic 20% gratuity off the top, and then you split that amongst everybody. Okay, that's fine, fair, right? We'll do that. And then I worked the VIP section. I'd make $1,000 before I even walked in the door, just off my gratuity, right?
Yeah.
So we did that, but yeah, the place didn't last much longer.
Here's the
Actually,
problem.
it didn't.
It's actually killing the business because
It
when
kills it.
I walk
Yeah.
in and I look and I say, "Oh, Greg ain't working," I go back and leave. It depends on who's working.
I have
It's gonna
places like that too,
And it ain't
100%.
even that Greg talks. Greg, you and I barely talk.
I don't
when
have
you're working.
time sometimes.
You don't have time.
Yeah.
Like when I first got to know him, I thought, I don't think he really likes me.
Listen,
But
my wife hangs out at the bar.
You don't
She
talk to
gets
her.
it, dude.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, your wife's at the end of the bar. I was like, I know.
Yeah.
But I've got people I have to attend
Yeah,
to.
he
you know,
takes care of
unfortunately, but I
customers
have to.
first. I mean, the business is thriving. It doesn't matter which business you go to. You make the customers feel special. And in any other, and I'm not talking about the business you work in. It's every bar I go to. That's why I have special bars. It's not because they are flashy and they have the best food or music. It's because of the service. I only go because of the service because I feel a tiny bit special. The drinks aren't better than another place. It's just I feel a little bit special. And I don't even want to tip that much when the service is bad. And by the way, we're all talking shit about you. We're all whispering saying, "Oh, if that chick's there, if that dude's there, don't expect much." And yeah, I hope people wake up and realize that you're not like if you want to serve and wait tables, wait tables. But if you want to bartend, that's a different world back there. You have to communicate. You have to, yeah. It's just a different world, and people take it for granted. And I'm glad I got that out of my system because it's been bothering me for so long. And I talk to all my bartenders
There's
about
places I go. I don't drink, and there's places I go that if I see it's not my regular bartenders and people like I'll have dinner at the bar and they'll make me mocktails. I won't go in,
Dude.
So that tells you it literally is all about the person and the atmosphere that they're creating for you.
it. The attitude
That
they
is
have,
it.
they feel like it's a burden to ask for something to drink or eat.
Right.
You can see it on their face. They're almost like, well, I'm thinking, why? Like you could put me in, I'm not even a bartender, but I know how to communicate with people. I can serve beer too.
Yeah.
If a bar is struggling, you put me in there and I am going to double it in no time at all just because I know how to make people feel special. That's it. That's all it is.
And then the matter of work ethic. I was all over Nashville this weekend, and I'll shout them out because it was good. I went to Restoration Hardware for brunch, and the level of attention was insane. If I took 2 sips out of my water, there was somebody already refilling it. Everything was coming really quick. They were engaging. Everything okay? People checking on, and that's a busy place, especially on a weekend, and it's a bougie place. So these people want attention. Then I ended up in the Gulch for a lunch later on. I had to ask for napkins. I had to ask for silverware. I had to ask for condiments. And the person would just walk around and kind of was bothered.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I shouldn't have had to ask for pretty much any of this. Like you should be providing this. And then I noticed somebody that paid across from me, and the first thing this person did was look at the tip, and they went psh, and put it back down. Mm-hmm. Like they didn't even get a goodbye. They didn't get anything. You gave them substandard service, and now you're pissed at what, and they still left you something, and you're pissed at what they left you. You earned every bit of that.
I'll say one more thing. It's not even the staff. It's the leadership. It's the lack of leadership in the management that's associated with the establishment, the standards they've created. They don't pay attention. Even, you know what I mean? This starts at the top. So if it's a management issue. And that's why I think I walk in every bar across the country, across the world, and I pick up little details that I love. And I think if I ever open a bar, this would be a detail. Like levels of service and like number one, clean restrooms, spotless restrooms. Food would be so consistent. Run as lean as possible. You make the money you make. I don't know. I just think about it constantly, and I think I'm one of those guys. If I do it, I'd do it better. Oh, by God, I would. I promise you. I promise you, I would. Just because I care. It has nothing to do with money. I could care less about making a lot of money.
But you do things out of passion, and you do things right. The money's going to come.
It will. That money's inevitable. Well, unless you got anything else to say about that, I'm probably pissed off half the service industry, and now people will spit in my food.
I don't think so.
I think half the service industry agrees with me.
100%.
They're just stuck.
100%, yeah. I think I'm pretty fortunate at the Go, and I have a pretty good bar staff there. But most of my shifts are solo anyways, especially this time of year. We're on the slower side of things. But it also helps that I get to cultivate and I handpick everybody that comes behind the bar. Yeah. Like, you have to work my floor. I have to see if you have a work ethic. Are you punctual with your attendance? Are you willing to go an extra mile if you're not asked to go? You know, so then I I'll reward them after they've worked on the floor for some time and ask them if they want to be a bartender. So it's kind of unique in that sense to hear it to go for me. So I enjoy that. But
Well, number one, I would put your drinks second, right? When people come to visit you and you have a following, not because of the drinks, I would say that's second. It's the service first.
I think it's my Jeep first.
You think the Jeep? Well, no, people will not even. I will
Dude,
drive
they won't even
past
see the
it.
Jeep. That's so crazy.
If your
man.
Jeep is not there, I just drive by. And usually I'll text you. But if I'm just like, don't know what I want to do, if I'm wanting to waste some time, I'll just drive through. Your Jeep ain't there. I just keep going. And it's funny. How many times do you hear that?
Dude, it is. I have people stop me at a stop sign. Oh my God, my son loves your Jeep. Or I'm in a grocery store, and they'll be like, man, we thought you moved because your Jeep was in the parking lot for so long and it was hiding mine, depending which way you came on St. Andrews. And they're like, we thought you moved, and that's like the icon of St. Andrews, and we know where to turn after that, and we hadn't seen your Jeep there for like a year. I was like, it was there. It was hidden behind another Jeep. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's been pretty funny. But
man.
My sister lives up St. Andrews, and like I always know I'm at the halfway point when I pass your house. I'm just saying, I'm like, hey, Greg. Like I wave to the Jeep, hello, because it's like I know him. It's so true. It's such a staple, man.
What do you have here? What did you bring?
Oh yeah, so this is actually a funny story. This wasn't intentionally your birthday gift, by the way.
Okay.
So let me tell you this. So, I know you like vinyls. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, I want to get into that. I want to just sit back, listen to that little white noise, that little crackle, listen to old school vinyl. So I got drunk one night, and apparently I ordered this limited edition special run. So I ordered it, but it was a pre-order. So months later, I had to be 4 or 5 months later, this little skinny package was sitting on my doorstep, and I was like, that is the weirdest box. Like, what in the hell is this thing? I was like, oh my God, I ordered a vinyl. I was like, I don't even have a record player. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then I was like, I think I'm just gonna give it to Nathan. Actually, I think this would be a good birthday gift. So I've been holding it for like 5 or 6 months.
Wow.
And I was gonna give it to you for on your actual birthday, but I didn't want to hike it onto the airplane, do all that stuff. But this is one of my favorite artists. I know you like this guy. It's a limited run. But yeah.
Oh my God,
That's so cool.
Who is it?
It's a Red Clay Strays.
Oh my God! Well, I can't tell that.
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah, you can't see that from the
Dude.
front.
Well,
They're
you
so
shouldn't
great.
ask me. You should open it and just
open
found
it.
out.
Oh, okay.
And look, it's Italian. It says Fragile.
At first, I thought, who's this band Magnolia? Is that what it says?
It's the record club. It's the record club.
It's a record.
Wow, dude, what great packaging. Dude.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm going to tell you, this is literally a lot of people's favorite band right now. This
Oh,
band
yeah.
I've been
is
listening to them
exceptional.
it's crazy how long I've been listening to these guys, and now to see them like starting to blow up, and they're just such a cool.
They are. They're actually a Christian band.
They're
shocked.
fantastic.
Yeah.
They're coming to Bridgestone this
Yeah, they
year.
sold out already.
I
but
know.
Yeah.
I know. Well, God, this means
That's
everything
very
to me.
cool.
So
Open it up because it's actually
Okay.
a limited. The color scheme on the actual vinyl is a limited run.
People think that records, it's about the noise. It's actually, I've learned that music, when it comes to an album, was intended to be listened from first song to last song. And there's a story, there's a thing that happens. And I realized it when I was listening to Pink Floyd one night on the Dark Side of the Moon, and by the end of it, I was crying. I was listening to the record, and because it forces you, because it's not convenient to skip,
Right.
it forces you to sit down and get through the songs that you otherwise would have just turned the station, and you realize, oh, there's an experience by listening to this. Oh, wow, man, that is amazing. Literally, I don't think I can get a better gift than something like this. I cherish these because I have a thing, like my eulogy's already written. I'm kind of excited about that. I know what people have said about me at my funeral. I mean, y'all may say some other things.
Wait, take the record out.
I don't want to touch it.
Well,
It's
that's
red.
That's the-
color.
that's the
color.
point.
That's the
Okay.
limited
That's the
run
point.
I
was
thought
the,
we were looking at the art.
the way they did the coloring on the.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
awesome.
dope.
That is awesome. I'm so excited about it. So the one thing I really want, if you guys
Hold that up to the
if
camera,
I-
dude. You got to show that.
if
That's
I
cool.
die before you guys, it's got to be a celebration. I will haunt every one of you guys that come up there and start crying. I want people to celebrate. And I just thought, I hope they play my records. and party and have a good time, because it's one of the few things that I cherish most of all is my records. Because no matter what mood I'm in, I've got a record that I can set down, put my headphones on, and just fall right into it. It's a very personal thing. I don't know how to describe it, but it just takes me back to a better time. And I am so grateful for that. Thank you so much. That means so much. Well, that's it, guys.
Yeah,
We knocked it out.
we did.
Oh yeah, thanks
gonna
for
come
coming,
back on?
brother.
Yeah.
We have 1,000 other stories.
Been so many. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, this is the man we have to have back more than once, obviously.
I want to make sure I didn't forget anything very important, because you'll notice that I never have notes for a show. Ever. Have I ever? Like show notes?
No.
But I was thinking, you know what? This is so important to me. I want to make sure that I cover a handful of things. And I'm glad you brought up turning 50, because I had it in there. I am curious about that.
Yeah.
Nothing changed for you?
Not yet.
Pull it a little closer. Pull this a little closer. You don't feel different about being 50? Or are you just telling yourself? Because I think I'm going to be concerned about it.
I don't think so. So I've been kind of telling everybody for the last year I'm about to be 50. I was kind of using it as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
And then when I turned 50, now I'm like, yeah.
You did it.
I can tell people, I am 50. You can still be like. So here's the thing with me at work and with kids, and I've done this from the very first job I've ever had. I've tried to cultivate people's eating habits, and the road that the youth is going is so different than when I was growing up. And they've got a million disadvantages with what's in our food now and all these other sorts of things, right? Social media and sitting on a computer all day. I didn't even have a computer until I was in the senior in high school, and it was one of those big boxy things, and you had to program it to get it to even do anything to begin with. But so I'm always constantly making impressions on the people who I work with, because that's who I see every day. Like I'll see them eating donuts every morning, or I'll see them eating candies all day, drinking 5 or 6 energy drinks, and it's every day, and it's every one of my staff members. And I just want to say, hey, listen, you're building yourself for the future. Yeah. Can you imagine? You're 20, you're 22, you're 17, you're 18.
Yeah.
And I can run laps around every single one of them. Imagine when you're my age. You'd be lucky to get off the couch if you continue that same path. So I always try to make an impression on.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
awesome.
You can see it. People are asking me. They ask me advice.
I know we give kids a hard time, but honestly, I had it way easier. And I think my parents had it easier. I think the harder you have it in real life, the easier you have it here and here.
Absolutely.
Because you have real challenges. And I feel bad for these kids, because they've been lied. I mean, we've all been lied to, but this social media, our diets, Mike Rowe was interviewing somebody the other day, and he said, compared to fentanyl, which is worse, sugar or fentanyl? Not even close. Sugar's killed infinitely more people than fentanyl, than alcohol, and any kind of drug. Sugar in they never even stood a chance. And it's not just sugar; it's the starches that they're manufacturing to make these. Like when we was kids,
we had sugar
in everything.
But it was real sugar.
But now it's these starches that are deadly.
Corn syrups,
and
different kinds of
Yeah, I want to give them a hard time, because they're going to have the discipline to say, okay, cut it off. And it's the most addictive thing you can do is have carbohydrates. It's so hard, man.
And labeling, man. It's even. You just seen the thing out about that one brand of eggs that's organic, right? And they're charging, $12 for a 12-pack of eggs because they did all this research. Nope, they're dyeing like the eggshells, and they're feeding them a certain starch to get the yolk super yellow. And
RFK
crazy.
just flipped the entire food pyramid.
Oh, I see that.
Which I know a lot of us had realized. I'd followed YouTube. Thank God for YouTube, man. Some incredible people have been talking about it for 5-6 years, and that's why I went to a high-fat diet. And, I'm lucky enough that I figured out to get off carbs early, and I still cheat every now and then. I went to that Paris baguette thing with you.
Yeah, I kind of ruined him on that one after church one night.
I was going through Kroger's, and the sugar rush made me start sweating. And you think, how unhealthy is whatever is in that food? It's not. We call it sugar. Whatever's in it, literally put me in sweats. And I thought, oh my God, this is awful.
It's pizza for me, man. You can ask my wife. Pizza's my thing. I don't know why I like pizza so damn much.
I love it too.
Man.
I love it. I still
every
eat
time
pizza.
we go on vacation, the last day, because we prep, we go to the beach a lot, so we try to eat really clean for most of it because we're on the beach, shirts off. But the last day, we're finding the best pizza place in town, and we're hogging down on some pizza.
Honestly, pizza's not that bad.
Was that pizza in Puerto Rico not some of the best pizza you've ever had in your life?
Can I say something about the guy that served us? It was so funny because I forgot to tell the story. So this white dude is serving us. Great guy. We found this Italian. It was this dude from New York opened up a pizza shop in one of those kiosks, like number 70. And we walked by and thought, we got to come back. He's hand doing his dough. And we were like, okay, we got to go back. But they get us a table. And this guy cracked me up. He was so sweet. But I would say, I would try to emulate your accent if I say Puerto Rico, right? That's not unusual. But when you start faking the English words like we, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, he took it so far. Like, I will try to use a Spanish accent for the Spanish words, right?
Right.
But he was using his fake accent with every word. It was so funny, and sometimes it was a little bit of an Italian accent. I was dying. But sweet guy, and the pizza was amazing in Puerto Rico.
And the guy was passionate about it.
Oh my God,
real
he's so sweet.
You could order any one of his signature pizzas by the slice. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And this huge New York style slices, no flop to the. I feel like I should have done like one of those, what do you call it? What's that guy's name?
One bite?
Yeah, no, everybody knows. One bite.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
Dave. Everybody knows Dave's Barstool Pizza?
Yeah, Barstool.
Oh, Barstool. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, yeah.
I almost feel like he should go down there and try that.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're in Puerto
I ate
Rico.
a lot of pizza, man. That was a damn good slice.
I know we got to end this, but the food. The food in Puerto Rico. It's so funny because us lower 48 whiteys assume that it's Hispanic, Latina, right, culture. We think of Mexican food and
all
stuff.
sorts of stuff.
And it was its own Caribbean-ish.
Yeah, a flair of a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Spanish,
the plantains.
and a lot of Spanish heritage in their food. And the drinks is what I liked.
The drinks, not so sugary. They were way more mellow,
they
traditional.
They were just bright with fresh citrus, a lot of carbonated soda, very little of sugars in there.
Yeah.
And I looked at that at one point. We were at a rooftop bar, and I was like, God dang it. I was like, this is how I make my drinks 90% of the time for us at the house, but it doesn't work at the bar because everybody wants they would send it back. They would say it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
It's just
because
everything
we like
eats so much
the
sugar.
extra
Well,
crap.
they're eating a candy bar, and then you're going to eat this drink that's filled with soda water and fresh lime juice.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to taste tart to you, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, different world, but I loved it.
I'll put that back on. The next time we do Puerto Rico, we agreed 2 days in San Juan. It takes that at least. We got to go by the kissing booth.
Yeah,
See the
dogs.
chihuahuas?
She was
The
fun,
dogs.
That was awesome.
But then we'll have the inside track because I'll get my nephew, my sister, my cousins, and we'll go into where real locals go. And,
Oh, yeah. We want to see the island.
We'll have some cool experiences with
Yeah.
them.
Spend a day here.
My sister was not a lower 48. She came to New Jersey once. She saw snow. She was like, this is cool. And she left and never came back.
Yeah. I don't know. We've been sleeping on Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. Affordable. I just can't get over the food. Like the food, I'm like, they put MSG in everything. They have to be putting MSG in everything. And there's probably no MSG, but it's so savory. And that's the way I can describe it. Like it just opens your taste buds and you're like, what am I eating? Why is this so good? We had fish tacos at least 6 times.
Yeah.
Like I love fish tacos, but this is on another level. Like the fish tacos were so good there. It's incredible. Can't wait to go
planning,
back.
boys.
Yeah. All right, you're going next time, right?
Hell
All
yes.
right, we'll get to planning next trip. Hey, what's it like? What's the weather like there? It's too hot in the summer, right?
I mean, it's going to be sweltering. We should probably do
fall trip?
spring or fall.
Oh, spring or fall?
I mean, but even
Okay,
then,
we'll
like,
plan it
what
off,
was
Ken.
it this morning? Like 20 something, and I keep Puerto Rico on my on my phone, and it was 80, about 11. So I mean, we're gonna be all right.
I follow Puerto Rico on Instagram now, so I'm always getting little updates of what's happening.
That's right. We're gonna honorarily Puerto Ricanize you.
Well, I'm so glad we did this. Thank you so much for coming on. I think
Thank
3
you,
was
dude.
good. What do y'all
It
think?
was fun.
I liked it. Yeah, you're our inaugural third person,
The first, yeah.
and you are the first. And honestly, I was excited for you to be here because I've been wanting to talk to you, and
Yeah.
he loves you so much that even though I know you, I'm like, yeah, I'm excited to see that guy too. You know,
Yeah, let's
Well,
go.
just when I texted you earlier and I said, the podcast is, authenticity. Authenticity is, not a feature of this; it's the requirement.
right.
Like to be on, and so the one reason why you and I are so drawn to each other, I think, has a lot to do with authenticity. You really know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I think that's what's helped me in the career that I've chosen.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I didn't even choose this as a career; it kind of chose me. But yeah, I'm genuine with everybody. Like
Yep.
I feel genuine about it.
And if you've been living under a rock and you don't know this fine gentleman, you can find him at the GOAT currently. And if you have a badass event you want to show off to your friends, you can hire GoBar Adventures. We'll put the link in the description.
oh yeah.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Until next time, so long, friends.
Woo.